Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a filing from the M SMUCKER Company, and boy, is this one a mixed bag. We're talking about brands people love. Big sales numbers, but also some underperforming parts and adjustments. It's a bit like opening a pantry and finding your favorite snacks next to a forgotten can of beans. Stick around because we're going to sort through it all and see what it really means for the company. If you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below if you want to chat about this with other people. Let's start at the top. Mark SMUCKER, the CEO and chair of the board, invites us to their annual meeting of shareholders with a letter that seems pretty upbeat. He highlights some wins for fiscal the year 2025, like total net sales of $8.7 billion, which is a 7% jump from last year. He also mentions saving around $75 million in cost thanks to buying Hostess brands. Now, when we hear adjusted earnings per share was $10.12. This basically means looking at the company's earnings, take out some unusual or husband one-time stuff to get a clearer picture of how the core business is doing. In SMUCKER's case, that number is up 2% versus last year, and free cash flow, the money the company has left after paying its bills, was $88.1 free cash flow. The money the company has left after paying its bills was $81.7 million. SMUCKER also returned cash to shareholders through dividends of $455 million. That said, SMUCKER is also positioning for 2026 with three key priorities. Boost growth by investing in brands, get leaner with costs, and foster a be bold mindset for faster change. Zooming out, we get to the notice of the 2025 annual meeting, where one of the purposes of the meeting is to elect as directors the 9 nominees. Thus quickly meet this year's nominees by skipping ahead. Here the company is ensuring that the board has what it needs from innovation to finance and the operation aspect. It's crucial to have qualified people making the decisions. In a way, ensuring the board is diversified skill-wise is as important as race and gender, which they also reported, and it also plans to have Jonathan Johnson III will also be appointed as the lead independent director and to the nominating governance and corporate responsibility committee upon his ed Afine election to fade will also be appointed as the lead independent director, and to the Wira and to Cassandra election and Canspan. Board member Jay Henderson, for example, who is an expert in finance and accounting, retired as vice chairman, client service at PricewaterhouseCoopers, so it seems that they have solid checks and balances. And then you have newer members like regional chief executive officer for North America for Ralph Lauren, Mercedes Abramo, who can bring her sales expertise to drive revenue. Now let's scroll to the section about the company's external auditors. It's never the most exciting part, but it's important. The company has an audit committee that has appointed Ernst & Young LL as their independent registered public accounting firm. It's worth pointing out that they've been with SMUCKER since 1955. Having that relationship with a Big Four accounting firm can bring more certainty. Here's a quick look at the fees paid to Ernst & Young. In 2025, the audit fees were about $5.3 million, tax fees were $2.7 million, and audit-related fee were approximately $500. This means that the total paid to Ernst & Young was approximately $8.7 million. The reason the audit-related fees increased for fiscal year 2025 is that there were more Hispan pre-systems Enron player additional audit protocols. Alright, let's move on to the executive compensation section and see how the top executives are being paid. It often sparks debate by salary. Short-term and long-term incentive awards make the bulk of their plan each year. How the long-term incentive compensation makes up the biggest incentives that are all aligned with their financial plans and give value to the stakeholders. Here you can have a quick visual on what part of the plan is a compensation. Let's move on. Now let's talk about a report card for the fiscal year 2025. Adjusted operating income was close to $1.82 billion, reflecting a 12% gain. However, things were not all great in the sweets category. They had challenges in their sweet baked snacks reporting unit. To help clarify this, these units had impairment charges and divestitures, and that impacted their return on invested capital goals. They had an impairment that was in excess of $1.6 billion. For compliance, the company has indicated what the pay is between the total workforce median pay and the CEO pay tab, the year 2025 CEO pay ratio was last calculated, and the ratio of the CEO to the media employee's salary was 130 executives volunteered for a pay freeze in support of the business. A lot of their payout is equity based, and given that a lot is stock, they really do believe in the long-term performance of the company due to their heavy equity stakes. Most of the benefits come from appreciation of the stock. That being said, if and when their stock goes up, they cash out in profit, they become millionaires, and this can be seen through the years as they are awarded stock and get closer slowly to the retirement age investing kicks in. It's quite neat. Finally, there's a statement that all executives and directors have been following the US securities laws, so no late reports or missed filings. Now that we reviewed key things and given some of the challenges related to Hostess, I feel they are handling their business well. I think they did not do a good job choosing some of the areas to focus on, but it's a sign that management wants to innovate core. You have to take on higher rate environment into account. I believe this will be beneficial over near term. They will be fine. What do you think of SMUCKER and their long-term prospects? Make sure to like and leave your take in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and join the Discord in the description below for my next video. I will see you next time.